Good afternoon. Today is August 7th, 2024. It is 4 p.m. and this is the zoning administrator meeting. Calling to order. So the first item on the agenda before we get to our agendized items is for public comment for items not on the agenda. Is there anybody? Okay, seeing none, we will move for items for consideration. The consent calendar is just the zoning administrator meeting minutes from the August 15th meeting. We drafted those with this administrative staff, so those are approved as attached to the agenda items. And then moving into the public hearing for item number 2, which is for a design review consideration at the property at 962 Riverside Drive. Lou, brief staff report, please.
Yes, good afternoon, zoning administrator. This is Jia Liu, associate planner. Before you, I'm presenting the design review application, file number SC24-0002 for your consideration. The subject site is located at 962 Riverside Drive, the northwest corner of Covington Road and Riverside Drive, with Hill Creek crossing the rear yard. The proposed project includes the construction of a new 3,914 square foot two-story residence with an additional 1,234 square foot basement. The proposed residence is found in compliance with the R1-10 zoning district development standards per the city municipal code, as well as the additional setback of at least 20 feet to the top of the bank of Hill Creek for creek protection and stabilization. The proposed project is designed in the traditional architectural style and found consistent with the single-family residential design guidelines by retaining key design attributes of the existing neighborhood and minimizing the bog and messing. For the landscaping, there are 8 protected trees on the property. 5 of these trees are proposed for removal. New landscaping proposes 14 new trees, including 5 replacement trees, to mitigate the loss of the protected trees for removal. Additional evergreen screening vegetation along the perimeter of the site will be integrated with existing vegetation to remain. Last but not least, in addition to the required public hearing noticing, the applicant also reached out to the adjacent neighbors in the immediate neighborhood at the early stage of the application. No written comments or concerns have been received by staff from the adjacent neighbors. With all the information presented above, staff now recommends the zoning administrator approve the design review application SC24-0002, subject to the findings and conditions approval provided in the staff report. Now staff concludes the presentation and happy to answer any questions.
Great, thank you, Joel. So with that, the applicants, you don't have to say anything if you don't have anything to add to the project. I don't have any project specific questions at this point, but if you want to, you can add something now. You're okay?
Well, we appreciate the support, obviously, and then we're very appreciative of the immediate neighbors being supportive as well. And we've been pretty conscious about listening to them about past experiences in the neighborhood and construction hours and minimizing any kind of disruption to them. So that's something we'll consciously watch out for during the course of the project. We recognize it's a sizable length of time. We expect this to take 18 months, but we'll make sure we kind of plan things upfront so that there's no extended kind of timeline changes and whatnot. So continue working with David and make sure we can do all the diligence and line this up just so that it's minimally disruptive to anyone.
Great, thank you. And so with that, is there any public comment for this item on the agenda? Okay. So with that, I don't have any questions since this is an administrative design review process. We've seen this from inside. So without any public comments or opposition, the project at 962 Riverside is approved as presented and prepared today. Okay, so Jaw will prepare you guys an approval letter and you guys can then move forward with moving in for construction documents, okay?
Great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
No worries. All right, and then there are no other items on this agenda, so this concludes today's zoning administrator hearing at 4:05. Thank you.
So. Tomorrow.
Mhm.